What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tino here as we are after having 12 teams after starting the month and starting and having the MLB playoffs. We are down to two teams and one from the AL, one from the NL, and now it's time. We got 7 games, depending on what happens, to find out who is going to be the champion of the MLB 2023. In the AL, we got the team, the number 5 seed. They went and they spent all the money that they wanted. They got the coach that they needed, and they're here. It is the number 5 seed. It is the Texas Rangers. Who would have saw that coming at the beginning of the playoffs? And shoot, even in the beginning of the season, would not have seen the Texas Rangers being in the World Series. And over in the National League, guys, we had the Phillies, we had the Braves, we had the Dodgers. We had teams that were incredible, but the sneaky team, number 6 seed, came out of nowhere, and you could see him in the top right corner up there. It's the old people. It's the good fellas from Arizona. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks as they snuck in the number 6 seed. And all you got to do, that's why they always say, is all you got to do is get in, because you just never know. And it kind of reminds me of my fantasy football season last year where I got in as the 6th seed, and I went on to win the whole entire thing. So you get in and you just never know. So the stage is set tomorrow. It is the Arizona Diamondbacks. It is the Texas Rangers. Who is going to win and walk out as your World Series champion? And who's going to be the best team in the MLB this year? So we're here, guys, to recap a little bit of the AL and NLCS. And then I'm going to give you my predictions for the World Series, tell you guys what I think is going to happen. Remember, this is the last MLB baseball show live stream episode of the year. We will do a couple shorts here and there, depending on what happens and everything else like that. Maybe I'll get Deech and stuff on the show. But this is the last weekly episode of the baseball season, baseball episodes, until spring training starts next year. So don't you guys worry. We'll still have some, but not enough, but not a lot of baseball. So you're going to have to hold your baseball itch and your SouthSide Boys itch until next year. Speaking of the SouthSide Boys, though, guys, before we get into anything, I want to give a big shout out to Chuck Garfien, Ryan McGuffey over on the Chicago White Sox Talk podcast. You guys know how big of a Chicago White Sox fan I am. And got to give all the credit in the world to my guy Deech, because he went and he put together an offseason plan. He posted it on the White Sox Talk podcast thing that they had on Twitter. And Ryan and Chuck went over it. They talked about it and everything else like that. So I put a little clip on my YouTube, or not on the YouTube, on the Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, on the X, whatever you want to call it. So big shout out to Ryan and Chuck for talking about Deech's and mine off-season plan. I agree with Deech on everything that he said. So shout out to them for talking about us, mentioning our name. Hey, we're a little podcast, but, sometimes big things happen. So shout out to Chuck and Ryan for talking about it, going over it, and actually liking it and saying that it was one of their favorites. So that was pretty cool. But I just wanted to talk about that, guys, because you just really never know. You never know who's listening. You never know who sees things, and you never really know. So cool moment to be listening to the podcast and hear the SouthSide Boys. Me and Deech have worked really hard on growing it this past year. So remember, we'll be back next year for another great White Sox season, hopefully better than this year, but we'll be back for season 2 next year for the SouthSide Boys. So don't forget about that, guys. But SouthSide Boys for now are on hiatus. But if you want to support your SouthSide Boys, and it is the holiday season, remember and go get yourself some merchandise on bonfire.com/TinosTom, and you go get yourself some merchandise and support your boys all winter long. It's the holiday season, guys. A t-shirt, a sweatshirt, it will do for the holiday season. So get yourself some merchandise. But I'm done talking about the SouthSide Boys, Tino, and everything else. Let's talk about this World Series matchup and everything else like that. Let's get to the chat. Let's say hey to the people we got here right now. We got Jadis in the house. What's up, Jadis? We got Mr. Chumblebee. Let's all give a prayers up for Chumblebee. Chumblebee's having a bad day, guys. So give Chumblebee a little bit of a prayers up and tell him to have a good day, because Chumblebee needs that little motivation right now. We got Cool Guy in the house. What's up, Cool Guy? So Guys, we got 7 people in the house. I'm going to make sure that I tell you guys as I always do now. Make sure to go hit that like button if you have not yet. Subscribe. Join the conversation, all that good stuff. And while I go and share this to the Twitter groups, I want you guys to let me know what you guys think and how you guys are feeling about the NLCS, the ALCS, and everything else like that. So yeah, we got the Back It Up Bingo podcast in the house. What's up? Talk to us, Tino. Hey, I'm talking to you, bro. What you got? How you doing today, man? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it, man. Hope you're having a good one. Hope you're enjoying your Thursday. Remember, we got Thursday night football tonight. There's just a lot going on today, guys. But we do got all of that. So now we'll talk about all of that later when we come back and play Madden. But let's talk about the World Series, the Rangers and the Diamondbacks. Because did you guys know that this is the lowest winning percentage teams to make the World Series in a very long time? It is the number 6 seed, the number 5th seed. The Diamondbacks had 86 wins, if I'm not mistaken. And the Rangers, obviously, they play in the division that they play in, and they had a little shenanigans happen and everything else like that with the Astros going on a run. But the Rangers finished at 90-72. And as I said, the Diamondbacks, I want to make sure I'm right on this. The Diamondbacks had 84 wins. So they were 84-78. So that is about, what is that? 90 plus 84 is 100 and is it 74? 174 wins, and that's not very high for teams that are in the World Series. When we saw teams like the Brewers, the Braves, the teams like the Phillies win 90 plus games, 104 games. I mean, it's crazy. But that's why you always say you just never know. And you just need to sit there and just, again, as I said earlier, if you get in, all you got to do is see what happens. And the Diamondbacks are a perfect example because I've been picking the Diamondbacks for a minute. I picked them to beat the Brewers. I really just they've been that team that's kind of the underdog team. And yes, maybe it is because the White Sox got Josh Barfield and everything else like that. So it's cool to see these guys that he worked with go very far and everything else like that. But I'm done comparing that to that because, the White Sox are a different story. So the Diamondbacks, guys, they got Corbin Carroll that's been a complete stud all year long. Alec Thomas. They've got guys that, people don't really think of as superstars. They got Kenton Marte, or let me make sure I say some of these guys' names right because we don't want to mess that up. We got Kentel Marte, I should say, not Kenton Marte. They got Evan Longoria. Evan Longoria is still in the league. Okay, sure, I can see that. I see that. Alec Thomas is a stud. Tommy Pham is really good. And yes, they have a few injuries and everything else like that, but what team does not have any injuries? And, they don't have too many guys that pop out on the board for the pitching staff, but the pitching staff is really good. Zach Gallen is good. Watching Kelly pitch in this postseason has just been incredible. And it's insane to watch these guys go out there and do that. So that is the Arizona Diamondbacks, your 6th seed representing the National League. Now, let's go over to the Texas Rangers that, as I said, finished at 90-72. They finished in 2nd place. Obviously, the Astros had a very good win, and the Astros had a very good run at the end of the season to make sure they won the division. Well, the Rangers got their payback in the ALCS because they knocked them out Game 7. They destroyed them. Adolis Garcia hit a grand slam, home runs left and right, having a good time, and the Texas Rangers are just incredible. And it's funny because I saw a picture in the beginning of the season, and it was them talking about the Texas Rangers a little bit, and they went out there, and they spent money. They spent money on guys like Corey Seager. They spent money on Jacob DeGrom, Jake Odorizzi. They've spent money on guys like Max Scherzer, Jordan Montgomery. They've been Booker. I thought that was for the 49. I was like, oh no, Brock Purdy's out, but that's for basketball. Never mind. Back to baseball. I keep getting distracted, guys. I'm sorry, but that's okay. That's why we just go with the flow, and whatever happens here, happens here. So Max Scherzer, Nathan Eovaldi, I swear, he's on every team that goes to the World Series. I remember when he was on the Red Sox. He was going every time the Red Sox were in the World Series. He was some reason on the team. They got Jordan Montgomery. They got John Gray. I kind of forgot about him. I forgot about that he was even still in the league. This guy also, Andrew Haney, Remember when he was the number one prospect for the Angels and he was going to go out there and be the next big starting pitcher? They got the Chicago White Sox guy. They got Dane Dunning. Dane Dunning was traded obviously for Lance Lynn, and we know how that works out. But good for Dane Dunning. Also, the Diamondbacks have Sebi Zavala, so that's kind of funny that those two guys from the White Sox made the World Series. But yeah, so they have really good pitching. They went out and have Aroldis Chapman for the 8th inning. They got Will Smith. As I said, they got Marcus Semien. Josh Jung is very good. Jonah Heim is very good. Robbie Grossman comes out of nowhere. Adolis Garcia, Mitch Garver. They got a really good team. And as I said, they were a team that a lot of people didn't think that would get past the Texas Rangers, they are the Texas Rangers. I'm sorry, that they wouldn't get past the Tampa Bay Rays. I personally did not think they'd get past the Baltimore Orioles, but they've proven every team wrong. They beat the Rays, they beat the Orioles, and they beat the defending World Series champions, the Houston Astros. So the Rangers are doing what they need to do, and the Rangers are doing exactly what everybody was hoping for them to do eventually. They also brought in Bruce Bochy. They brought in a coach, and you guys see how much a coach can bring to a team and things like that. Because he's a guy that they respect. He's a guy that will fight. He's a guy that will go out there. And he's just a great guy and a great coach to have. So the stage is set, as I said, the Rangers and the Diamondbacks. So now that I've went over the teams and kind of a little like background and like of the season and everything else like that, just in case you didn't watch baseball or in case you just come and hang out with Tino and you just wanted to hang out with me, you don't really care about baseball, but you like Tino, so I do appreciate that. But in case you were curious, that was a little bit of background. But behind these teams, now obviously the ALCS and the NLCS went 7 games, and what a 7-game series that was, because both series were absolutely fun. They were so exciting to watch, and it was just great. So Game 7, the Texas Rangers defeated and destroyed the Houston Astros 11-4, and the Diamondbacks won 4-2 against the Phillies Tuesday night. And obviously, the World Series begins tomorrow night on Fox, 7:03. And Jadis, I hate to say it, but remember, guys, that Friday Night SmackDown is on FS1, probably this week and most likely next week, depending on how the series goes. Because Fox has the rights to the World Series. They always have. They probably always will. So FS1, remember, it's on Friday Night SmackDown. FS1 tomorrow. We will be here live for Friday Night SmackDown. We will also be watching the World Series. So make sure to let me know and stuff like that. Yeah. But also, we're going to be putting up a poll in the community page after this episode. I want to know, do you guys want to go live for one World Series game to officially end out and to finish off the baseball season here on Tino's Time? So I'm going to put a poll up, and if enough people say yes, come and hang out as we watch one game of the World Series, depending on if it's game 6, 7. I kind of like it to be a clincher game, but we'll just have to see how the series goes. Because if it's like 3-0, maybe we'll have to do game 4. So we'll just have to see how it goes. But let me know, guys, in the community page after the show if you want to see Tino go live for a World Series game. So after I'm done yapping and everything like that for 13 minutes, I'm going to give you and what I think is going to happen in the World Series. So after the stage is all said and done, I do believe that this series will at least go 6 games. And I am going to say, and I'm going to take the Texas Rangers to win the World Series. Just my personal opinion. I really like the Diamondbacks. I really kind of hope they do win, but I feel like the Rangers, they have the pitching. They're hot. They scored runs against the Astros, and I really pray that the Snakes, as I see Deech in there says, I hope the Diamondbacks put up a great fight, and I would love to see the Diamondbacks win. No hate. Honestly, whoever wins this World Series, it's not the Cubs. It's not any team that I really dislike. So it just sucks it's not the White Sox. But, it's just because I want the White Sox to win every year. Just how you guys feel. You want the Astros, you want the Braves, you want your teams to win every year. The Phillies, the Cardinals. So That's just how I feel. But I'm going to say 6 games that the Texas Rangers, the World Series trophy going to stay in Texas, Houston, Texas. The Texas Rangers, it's going to stay. And the Texas Rangers win the World Series 6 games. And I say, I'll make a prediction on the final score of game 6. I will say the final score of game 6 is 6-3 Rangers, and they win off of like an Adolis Garcia 3-run home run. That's what my full prediction will be. So that is what my prediction is for the World Series and everything else like that. So now at this time, we are going to, and I'm going to get into the chat. I'm going to see what you guys are saying, how you guys are feeling, what you guys are doing. And then we're going to say goodbye because we will be back here. Remember, guys, at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time as we'll be playing some Madden 24 to get you ready for Thursday night. We'll also be watching Thursday Night Football, Bills and Buccaneers. So come and hang out. But tonight on the channel, guys, it's Madden 24, and it's the 2024 playoffs. Come and hang out as we go through the wild card round, the divisional round, the championship round, and if I make it far enough, the World Series, the Super Bowl. We're talking about the World Series. I'm thinking of the World Series. So come and hang out, guys, as we see Madden 24 take on the World Series. No, for real though. We'll be live here playing the playoffs in Madden to see if Tino can win the Super Bowl with the Chicago Bears and see if it could become a reality. These are all the teams in the playoffs. There was 2 teams that are in the playoffs that I was not able to fit on the live stream or on the thumbnail. So you'll find out those 2 teams tonight. But we got the Eagles, we got the Bears, the Packers, the Panthers, the 49ers, we got the Jets, the Bengals, the Chargers, the Cowboys, the Jaguars, the Ravens, the Bills, and Jadis's Eagles. I may have said the Eagles twice, but that's okay. So those are the teams that we got that we'll be seeing here tonight, guys. So come and hang out as we go live for Madden 24 tonight at 7 p.m. But let's get to the chat. Let's see what everybody's saying. And let's see what everybody's doing. We got the Back It Up Binge podcast in the house to back it up. We're going to back it up, guys. Go check out Back It Up. Great stuff over there on the channel. So if you have not yet, go check them out. I'll give them the A-OK to go check out, guys. Everyone I speak to picking the D-backs. I'm going Rangers, and that's the thing. I just think the Rangers have the pitching. If they stay healthy and everything else like that, then I think that the Rangers are going to win. But I think the Diamondbacks can put up a fight. We got our boy Deech in the building. Shout out to Deech making that post, getting us the SouthSide Boys over on the White Sox Talk podcast. That was a pretty cool moment. So shout out to Deech. But Deech is taking the Diamondbacks in 5. He says, boo Rangers. Snakes in 5. Snakes in 5, guys. That's what Deech is saying. What do you guys think? Let me know. We got 6 likes. Thank you guys all for stopping by, hanging out for a little bit. I do appreciate it. Make sure, as I said, hit that like button. What's up, King Frosty? Hey, what's up, bro? How we doing here? It's been a minute. It has. It's okay, King Frosty. It's okay, bro. We'll be live here again. That's why I go live all the time. So if you can't come hang out at a certain time, they can't come and hang out is what does that mean? So I can't. So what do you mean? You're out till March now? I can't have you post links no more? Man. Guys, Deech is putting himself on the IL. He said, I'm done with the SouthSide Boys for the rest of the year. True. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming here and hanging out with me. Remember, as I said, we'll be live here tonight for Madden 24. Remember to go and check out, as we are 5 hours away from the Week 8 beginning. Make sure to go check out the Fantasy Football Week 8 preview show here on the channel. Go and vote and let me know if you want Tino to go live for the MLB playoffs. We'll be putting that up after we get off the stream here. And if you weren't here last night, guys, this Sunday, we've done a couple 7 a.m. games. We've done a couple 7 p.m. games. We've done 1 3 o'clock game. And we've done maybe 1 noon game. But this week, guys, you guys voted. And we're coming back here at noon And we'll be watching this week the game of the choice and the game of the week for you guys that you guys want to watch here on the channel that you guys voted on is the Indianapolis Colts taking on the New Orleans Saints. It's a Super Bowl rematch when we have Peyton Manning and Drew Brees. Now, it's Gardner Minshew, it's Derek Carr, it's Alvin Kamara, Jonathan Taylor, Chris Olave, Michael Pittman Jr., Josh Downs. Come and hang out, guys, Sunday at noon as we go live for some football. We watch the noon games, and we have ourselves a good time. So that's what we got going down for that. Remember, we will not be here Saturday. We have a couple of live streams come out of WWE 2K23, but we will be here tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown. So come and hang out tomorrow night as it's Friday Night Cinema. We're a week away to Crown Jewel. Come and hang out, guys, as we go live to see what goes down on Friday Night Cinema. Also, remember that the schedule will change. Will be going into effect next Thursday as we will be having NXT next week. So we will still be doing NXT, but starting next Thursday. So just block out Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and look at Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that is what will begin. And then starting the following week will be Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Football, and then Tuesday and Wednesday. So, guys, remember all of that going down. There's a lot going down here on the channel right now. So it's a lot to sink in and a lot to happen. So remember, I appreciate it. He said, bye, Tino. No camera until I'm healed. He said, no camera until I'm healed. He said, my pretty face is all messed up. Dang. King Frosty, bro. Make sure to come and hang out tonight. Make sure to do that. But, guys, make sure also, as I always say, to become a member of the channel as we begin membership-only live streams again in November. As I said, October was just a little hectic, a little crazy, and it just didn't happen. But that's okay. We'll have it in November. Make sure, guys, also to go and get yourself a T-shirt, a sweatshirt, whatever you want to get. Support your boy Tino, the SouthSide Boys, over on bonfire.com/Tino's Tom. Get yourself some merchandise, guys, and make sure you do your thing. Also, leave a super chat or two. It does help us out here and everything else like that. So, before I tell you to go follow all the social medias and everything else like that, let's give a shout out to the MVP of the baseball show, as it's the last baseball show of the 2023 season, guys. Let's go. And let's give it to our boy. If he's still here, I appreciate him coming in when he did, and I missed him. So let's give it to him. I'm feeling good today. It's King Frosty. King Frosty, you're the MVP of the baseball episode today. I appreciate it, bro. Coming here, hanging out for a few minutes. I missed you, and hopefully that made you feel a little better, and hopefully you'll come and hang out here tonight. So thank you, King Frosty. Thank you, Deech. Thank you, Jadis, and all of you good people for coming here and hanging out with your boy Tino. But as I said also, do those three things that I just said, but also go and follow all the social medias here on Tino's Tom, the Southside Boys, all that good stuff. Make sure to hit the like button on this episode. Let's get to 20 likes, guys. 20 likes minimum. Should not be less than 20. There hopefully is more than 20, but at least 20 on this episode if you have not yet. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, as we're on the road to 1,400 subscribers and 2,000. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys, as we're on the road to 2K. King Frosty said, yay. Hey, of course, King Frosty, I got you, bro. So make sure to subscribe, guys. And lastly, turn that notification button on so you know when we go live next in 4 hours and 30 minutes to be exact for the MLB, for the Madden 24 NFL 2024 postseason. Guys, have a great rest of your Thursday afternoon, and I'll see you here tonight for Thursday night football, the Buccaneers and the Bills, and Madden 24. But it's the 2024 playoffs.